Hello, I'm Laura. It's Thursday, May 28th, 2026, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week is Opening Heart, Expanding Awareness. And as I reflected on this theme, I thought about how it is I do these Heartlines. When there isn't a holiday to focus on, and I love holidays of all kinds, I love to go into their history and their meaning and their message for us today. But when it's not a holiday, which is most of the days of the year, I look to the headlines. I see what special stories jump out at me. Sometimes they're underneath the headlines. I need to dig a little deeper. But I keep looking until something calls to my heart. And recently, what has called to my heart is a very brief interview on PBS with a healthcare worker by the name of Vani Birungi. Vani Birungi is from the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and she is right in the areas where Ebola is breaking out, and she works for the Red Cross. And her determination to help people in those areas is very strong, and her courage has come forth. And that's what I'm focusing on for today, the opening heart and expanding awareness of courage. And what our awareness does is it makes us more in touch with what is calling to our hearts. And what our hearts do is give us the courage to follow that calling. And for Vani, it is a very powerful calling. She says, "We come to tell people that the disease is here. Unfortunately, we're facing resistance, and some people want to stone us, but we are not going to give up. We've come to tell them that the disease is here. Some accept it and others don't. We fear that because the resistance is strong, people will continue to die, but we are not going to give up." This kind of courage, this kind of staying with something, is inspirational for all of us. There may be something in our lives that calls to our hearts, that takes us beyond what we have known our own limitations to be. And whenever we reach out beyond our own limitations, beyond our own boundaries that we have made for ourselves before, it takes courage. However, we reach out, and whatever form that calling of the heart may take. So, if there is something that calls to your heart, that is a contribution to others, that requires even just a little bit of courage to go beyond what you thought you might be able to do, then follow that calling of the heart, because very few things in this life are more fulfilling. So let's open our hearts to that inner calling right now by having a moment of quiet contemplation as we take a deep breath and close our eyes and hold to this idea. With an intention to make a positive difference for others, I open my heart to the call of courage. With an intention to make a positive difference for others, I open my heart to the call of courage. And so it is. So the call of courage may not be what Vani Berungi is doing to make a difference and to actually save lives in doing so. It may simply be to stretch your volunteer capabilities and hours, or to give something in the way of finances that you might have been a little hesitant to do. In fact, you can give to the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, or UNICEF, or the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent, or the International Medical Corps. All of these organizations are working with people in the DRC and in Uganda, where the disease has spread, to make things better for them. So, opening your heart to the call of courage is going beyond what you may have known your former limitations to be, and contributing to others in a way that supports them. And as I said before, when you do so, there are very few things in this life that can be more fulfilling. So thank you for opening your heart to me today, because my heart is certainly open to you. Have a wonderful day.